That was a total fluke.
3 years ago, Nicola worked up the courage to try something she'd never done before.
It was terrifying to walk up and introduce myself, but it was the best decision I've ever made.
The 29-year-old had struggled to find exercise that suited her. She never had a diagnosed mental health condition, but says joining the local football team transformed her mental health.
Finding footy, and particularly this club, genuinely changed my life, and it shouldn't be that mind-blowing, but it is.
Finding a community and sense of achievement through physical activity is one way to promote a healthy mind. But there are also structural and biological changes happening in the brain. While there's still more to learn, exercise has been shown to help reduce brain inflammation, promote the growth of neurons, and trigger the release of chemical messengers that make you feel good, like serotonin. Last year, an Australian review analysed the impact of exercise on mental health.
What we found was that basically any type of exercise is effective for improving our mental health.
That includes cardio, like bike riding, walking, swimming or running, while strength and resistance training was found to have the biggest impact on symptoms of depression. Mind and body exercises like Tai Chi and yoga were most effective at reducing anxiety. Generally, the more vigorous the exercise, the bigger the improvement in symptoms.
But what was important is we found that also low intensity exercise, so just getting outdoors for a leisurely stroll, is still extremely beneficial.
The review also found exercise was about 1.5 times as effective as therapy or medication for depression or anxiety. So if the science is so strong, are doctors prescribing it?
Psychological conditions are the most reported reason people see a GP, and people see their GP more than any other mental health professional.
Researcher Jodie Sheehy is trying to develop better guidelines for GPs when it comes to exercise prescribing.
Some recommend it, but they seldom prescribe physical activity for mental health.
Most GPs know that exercise is good for depression. It's more about how do you deliver that message to a person in a way that will actually help them engage with it.
GP Caroline Johnson helps train junior doctors and admits exercise and mental health isn't a huge part of the general practice curriculum. But she says the more pressing issue with prescribing physical activity for mental health is whether patients have the time, money or ability to actually do it.
Depression at its depths really does affect your sense of self. You lose motivation, you lose interest in doing things, and sometimes you even lose a belief that you're worth working on.
In the case where somebody has additional barriers or is struggling to do that, then that's where someone like an exercise physiologist can help.
65-year-old Neil is fighting multiple sclerosis and the mental health challenges that come with it.
Perfect.
Seeing an exercise physiologist is helping him stay fit and happy.
This has just been fabulous for me. Being physical is, tremendous for the head.
The experts agree, and the best advice is to start small and choose something that works for you, that any exercise for any duration can help, and it can be used by itself or in addition to other treatments like medication or therapy.
Great boy!
Or to prevent mental health conditions from developing later on.
Oh, I'm just such a happier, healthy version of myself.
A healthy mind for a happy life. Kate Ashton, ABC News, Melbourne.